Greetings, family. Empress D here in nature. I hope everybody's well. I hope everybody's getting out in nature. I hope everybody is taking care of themselves and performing a lot of self-love and self-care and self-discovery. I hope everybody is really getting inside and getting to know who they are, right? And getting to learn to listen to that inner voice. And those come hand in hand. You can't learn to listen to your inner voice without knowing who you are, and you can't know who you are without having that ability to listen to your inner voice, because they develop together. Okay, well, at least from what I know. And yeah, so anyway, family, I've been here just chilling and enjoying the spot, and I've been seeing a couple of butterflies, and in particular the monarch butterflies. They're so beautiful. And I was just thinking, like, how butterflies, how they come to existence. And I think they're such a significant creature to look at. Okay, because when they start out, right, they're crawling on the ground. They're crawling on the ground, right? Like, they're crawling on the ground. So clearly, insects that crawl on the ground are very very vulnerable, right? So caterpillars are super vulnerable, so they have to survive, right? They have to survive. And I kind of did a bit of research about butterflies before speaking to you, family, and I learned that they do this process over and over, where they create an exoskeleton, and then they kind of grow and expand and break out of that exoskeleton. And so they do that a few times until that final time they end up doing it upside down, and that's when they make that chrysalis. And it's within that chrysalis where the butterfly is formed, right? And so I was trying to equate it into the human experience and what we go through as humans, right? We start out, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable to grow. You have to. And I know it's not by choice and it's not conscious, but the caterpillar is super vulnerable, right? They're the most, everybody can get them, right? And even the bottom of our feet, right? So caterpillars are super vulnerable. They're slow and they're on the ground. So then they have to just kind of survive, right? And they have to go inside, and as they grow and expand, they evolve, right? Because each time they get in that I can't remember what it's called, that encasing that they make, exoskeleton that they make around themselves, they have to grow and expand in order to break out of it, right? So that's the human experience, right? Each time we go inside, we dig deeper into who we are, we grow and expand, right? And then we get it into up to another level and another level until we're the butterfly, right? So imagine being that creature so vulnerable on the ground, having to survive, right? And to become a butterfly where you can fly above everything and nothing. Well, not nothing. I'm sure there are predators that can get butterflies, but they have a much better chance of survival being a butterfly, as opposed to being a caterpillar, right? And so they had to trust the process. They had to just keep being and keep surviving and keep doing what their innate self told them to do. And that's the advantage that animals and insects have over us, family. They actually do what they are supposed to do, what they're innately intended to do. And family, we do not. And that's why I love nature, because nature does what it's innately intended to do. That's what all the animals do. That's what all the insects do, right? And so that caterpillar had to just do what it's innately supposed to do. It's survive and eat that stuff. Eat what they eat, all the leaves they eat, and they expand each time, and they're growing and they're growing. They just had to survive. And then once they got through all that difficult time, they end up being a butterfly, which is probably like 1,000,000 times better than being a caterpillar. And remember, they have the same consciousness because it's the same being, right, family? So imagine that feeling once you've evolved to the highest level. Anyway, I just thought I'd share what I was thinking about the butterflies with you all. Anyway, I love and I value each and every one, and I really thank you for taking the time to listen to the message. Okay, family? One love.